Heaven's Journey to Life. Love is to accept each other's evil. Day 72. To read this post, it must be understood that we're walking this process and blog, Heaven's Journey to Life, multidimensionally, which means each post covers one dimension, but is interconnected into and as multi-dimensions in our process of walking the point in question of who I am and how this I created and manifested this entire physical existence. Thus suggested to read this blog from day one, as many of the points in the previous dimensions and days and posts are always brought through into the next days and dimensions and posts, as all the dimensions interconnect as the multi-dimensionality we've created and manifested as our separation as energy and consciousness from and of life and equality and oneness. Thus, if one is faced with this post and have not yet read this blog from day one, suggests that self first start from day one, as otherwise one will have no context of many dimensions that is walked in this post that has been dealt with in detail in previous posts. Now that we've had a look at the relationship between attraction and love, as it was existent within and from the beginning between the atom and male and even female singularities, to now as human beings and minds, attraction and love within the context of the internal and external dynamics between the inferiorities and superiorities, within and as our existent manifestation of religion, as the acceptance and allowance of who I am and will be, which we have become, and so within this acceptance and allowance and self-religion, existing in the blind faith, following of and as our energy experiences, all of which has become ourselves as the origin of and as attraction and love and attraction that can only exist when and as human beings exist in and as the mind, with and as inferiorities and superiorities, that has become the manifested acceptance and allowance of who I am and will be, and so have become, where our oneness and equality have become dependent on, to, and towards who and what one experience an attraction towards that represent a superiority that is existent as an inferiority within and as self. And so the very existence of relationships within the context of love and attraction as what has limited our development, growth, and expansion as living beings and evolved only consciousness and mind as energy experiences, equal to and one with our relationship to and towards money and attraction within the context of our relationship to money is what has limited our development and growth and expansion as humanity and evolved only the money and world system in itself. This nature of love and money and attraction within the starting point of self and mind and energy experience interest manifest the individual into a relationship of possession and survival, and in this process become entirely and completely ignorant and blind within our possession of energy experience to the consequences love and money manifest within and as our physical bodies in this physical existence as a whole, and within this, blind and ignorant to our direct responsibility to what this existence has become as the external mirror of our internal acceptances and allowances. I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to inequality and oneness within as energy and substance, the mind and the physical, from the beginning to now, remembered, seen, realized, and understood how love and attraction can only exist with and as me existing in who I am and will be and have become acceptances and allowances of and as my superiorities and inferiorities, where I would only experience attraction to and towards something and someone, when and as they represent a superiority that is and has not yet become a superiority within and as my mind's manifestation in existence and living. And so we have, as human beings, existed within and as the relationship of mind and energy experience within the context of love and attraction and relationships, in keeping ourselves and each other within and as the existence of I accept and allow you as you are, you accept and allow me as I am, with this you and I that we're accepting and allowing within each other being the very existence of the mind within and as its relationship dynamics of superiority and inferiority. And so essentially, what we've done within the manifestation of relationships within the context of love and attraction is saying, let's remain within our mind's relationship of our existent acceptance and allowance of our inferiorities and superiorities so that we can have and get and own and possess the energy experience of attraction and so the ultimate experience of and as love, where in this we're sacrificing our own individual and that of the other's growth, expansion, and development within who we are in our equal and one relationship with ourselves, our physical bodies, and so this existence as a whole, only to exist and remain within and as our inner mind and energy existences of experience, maintaining so our limitation and that of another's within our acceptances and allowances of and as our manifested inferiorities and superiorities, to have, get, possess, and own that attraction experience and merge into and as the love experience through unifying ourselves and our superiorities externally into and as an illusion of oneness, as a relationship and an illusion of equality, as the superiorities of the two human beings merge. Instead of individuals taking it upon themselves to be and become equal and one within and as who we are within ourselves in our relationship to the physical body, and so this physical existence. In this, I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, and understand how this acceptance and allowance of the maintaining of our internal inferiorities and superiorities to only be fulfilled and completed within and through relationships and sex, with the transfer of superiorities between minds so that individuals can have, get, own, and possess the ultimate love experience that manifests the illusion of oneness and equality, which only serve the interest of the individuals within and as their mind experiences when forming relationships and sex. In this sacrificing and compromising the potential of and as who we are in absolute equality and oneness with ourselves, our physical bodies, and its physical existence. How this love experience, possession, equally as one manifest within and as our relationship to money, within and as this world system of money, where human beings within this world system of money will accept and allow the very existence of the world system of money as is, within and as the relationship where human beings will, as long as they have money, continue with this dynamic between physical inferiorities and physical superiorities regarding the material possessions and money that constantly and continuously exist in the possession of attempting oneness and equality with money, in changing and transforming their physical inferiorities into physical superiorities, in owning, possessing, and having more and more and more money and material possessions to attempt to be and become equal and one with the elite within this world system. Within this process, human beings will accept and allow the world system of money to continue existing as is, within and as the relationship of attraction to and towards money and material possessions, living for the ultimate love and money experience, with and as money and material possessions to attempt and try to equalize themselves and their world to reach the utmost physical superiorities when it comes to money and material possessions. And so, in our relationship with other human beings and our relationship with the world system, we're existing in internal and external inferiorities and superiorities that is creating a relationship of attraction to and towards other human beings and this world system of money in the hope of reaching that ultimate love and money experience, oneness and equality. With the ultimate love experience, oneness and equality, which manifest when and as within and as oneness, the human being merge with the other human being into and as a relationship, and the equality, the two human beings' minds, superiorities, become equal within and during the transfer of minds that manifest during sex. And with the ultimate money experience, oneness and equality, which manifest when and as within and as oneness, the human being's material possessions and money is fulfilled in their world, and equality, as a human being's physical superiorities merge with and as the equality of those human beings in elite and upper class who have equal manifestations of physical superiorities as money and material possessions. And so we as individuals within our love experience and money experience have become possessed with a oneness and equality that only serve our own interest and experience in our relationship to love and money. In this, only having consideration, regard, and vested interest in the equality and oneness of our own minds and our external world and reality, love experience, and money experience. These experiences which only exist and can manifest with us in our relationship with human beings and accepting and allowing our mind existence limitation within ourselves and each other, and in our relationship with the world system in accepting and allowing the existence and limitation consequence of money as it exists today. In this, I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, understand inequality and oneness within as energy and substance, the mind and the physical, from the beginning to now, how, with us human beings existing in this relationship to other human beings within, I accept and allow you as you are, you accept and allow me as I am, simply just to get and have and own and possess the love experience through unifying each other within the relationship and superiorities, and existing in this relationship to the world system of money within, I accept and allow you as you are, you accept and allow me as I am, simply just to get and have and own and possess the money experience through unifying ourselves within the relationship and superiorities of physical and material possessions of money. We have become a humanity limited in the very nature and living of who we are, where we live to only serve the interest of our own love and money experience, accepting and allowing the limitation and consequence of our very internal and external existences, remaining limited in our minds in the separation from and of ourselves in the manifestations of our superiorities and inferiorities, waiting for our superiorities to be fulfilled by another in relationship, and equally as one remaining limited within this world, in the separation from the rest of humanity in this physical existence, in the manifestations of our physical superiorities and inferiorities, waiting for our superiorities to be fulfilled by and through money in this world system. In this, not seeing, realizing, and understanding how we are and have enslaved our internal and external realities to be dependent on love and money, and will compromise ourselves and our worlds and others to whatever extents and lengths, simply to get, have, own, and possess that love and money experience for ourselves, not seeing, realizing the price we in fact pay for this desire as what manifests in the relationship between the mind, the physical body, and the world system of money to this physical existence, which we only do not see and want to see because we've made the love experience and money experience for ourselves more valuable and important than life itself. I commit myself to show how and why the love experience that manifests within and through and from attraction in all contexts and forms in which attraction is experienced is the most limited form of experience and relationship that is existent within existence as a whole. Because that love experience is only existent within and as the human beings, accepting and allowing the extent of their own limitations and that of another's in remaining within the accepted and allowed separation of their inferiorities and superiorities within themselves, waiting within hope to be fulfilled and completed in the illusionary oneness and equality emerging of a relationship and another human being mind's superiorities, all just to have, get, own, possess the ultimate love energy experience to serve their own desires, not seeing, realizing, understanding the equality and oneness and eternal expression of life here as self and equality and oneness with self, self's physical body and this physical existence that is being missed simply because human beings and minds value this love experience to be more than life and equality and oneness with all. I commit myself to show what has been missed as life and equality and oneness with self, the physical body and its physical existence as a whole, with human beings accepting and allowing the limitation of their mind and consciousness energy, existence and experience within themselves and each other for the mind's ultimate evolutionary love experience, to see, realize, and understand eternity that has been missed here as existence, love, and human beings, to simply deliberately refuse to see beyond the limitation of the love experience, to stand within and as their own equality and oneness with their minds and physical bodies, no more waiting to be fulfilled and completed within an illusion of oneness and equality within relationships and sex that do not ever last and sustain itself, but take it upon self as a responsibility to self, within self to establish self's equality and oneness in what had been missed as self right here, as an equal and one relationship with all as self. I commit myself to show The self, physical body, and existential consequences that has manifested within our possession of the love experience towards ourselves, other human beings, and this physical existence as a whole. For human beings that had become like moths to the flame of light and love, the more and more and more they attempt to try to get closer and closer and closer to the love experience, the more and more and more their self and physicality deteriorate and burn and wither away. An entire life lost within the possession of love, not seeing, realizing, and understanding that expansive nature and existence that is just beyond the light and love experience, and that it just takes a decision for the moth and human being to direct oneself in flying and moving away from the light and love experience. And from that decision, to walk the process of writing self-forgiveness and self-corrective application from separating to equality and oneness. And finally, see the eternity of existence here that had been missed, with self missing self's equality and oneness, potential here, within and as self, in the mind's relationship to the physical. In this, I commit myself to show the equal and one nature of the moth to the flame and light and love in our relationship to money, where human beings, the more and more and more they attempt and try to get closer and closer and closer to the money experience, the more and more and more the rest of this entire physical existence deteriorate and burn and wither away. An entire physical existence of life lost, nature, animals, to even human beings on the outskirts of the system, within the possession of the elite's money experience, not seeing, realizing, and understanding the potential of this expansive physical existence that is just beyond the light and money experience, and that it just takes a decision for the moth and human being to direct oneself in flying and moving away from the money experience and see the eternity of existence here that had been missed with missing self's equality and oneness potential here, within and as self in relationship to this physical existence, within and as bringing about a world system and solution as an equal money system, and aligning self's living from the money experience possession within self and the mind to aligning self's living to bringing about a practical solution for all, inequality and oneness as co-creators coexisting on this one earth inequality. Please note, when we say moving away from the money experience, we do not mean to sever any physical relationship with money regarding one's job and profession, as it's not money in itself that's the problem. It's who we are within ourselves in our relationship to money. Thus, walking away from the system and money is not a solution. It is to remain within the system and ensure that you have a job, money, income to physically live in this world, but to, as and while one is walking and living in this world, to move oneself within oneself from the limitation of one's life in relationship to money to aligning one's life to walking together in and for the implementation and manifestation of the equal money system as an entire global change to what our relationship to money has become, where money then equals life, instead of money as it has become now, only fulfilling the lives of those that have it while the majority suffer and starve.